Good morning. What a gorgeous morning it is. Out here in the woods again. And I have done a little research. And, I could hold this information for myself and do a lot more research, but I don't want to. I don't care if other creators, take this information and do research, because I want the biggest light in the world shining down on Tennessee, because I want to know where Summer is and what happened to her. It's been a long time, and usually if it's been a long time, these don't end well. But I don't know. It's easy to kill a cockroach. It's not easy to kill a butterfly. And I'm just hoping that she's just too beautiful to harm. And there have been cases of children that have been abducted or whatever your opinion is of where she is or how she got there, that have not been killed and that have been kept. And that's my prayer every day. Just keep her alive until we can find her, God. But anywho, it's cold out here. Made me a little fire. Dragged me a few logs up. I'm old. But if you don't sit down, you won't die. I'm not as old as Lip Lock, but older than Laura Keck. And boy, Lip Lock has just come unhinged lately. I'm worried about that woman. I would do a parody, but number one, I'm afraid. And number two, like I said, I'm old, and my parents told me that ladies don't curse, especially in public. And while I would be a liar to say I don't curse every now and then, but see, curse words have value, or they used to. But if you use them all the time, you devalue them. When I cuss at my boys, my adult boys, I did not cuss at them when they were children. They know it's time to listen, and if they don't, something bad's gonna happen. All right, let's get ready to listen to some really interesting information. First of all, I did find out where Sheriffy Senior works. I'm not gonna say, because we have these people that have no morals going after innocent people. And let me tell you, Senior is innocent. He has a verified alibi. But they do allow you to take pets and girlfriends, wives. So that's something to think about. But when I was doing that research, I happened upon a little article. And this is all back to the genealogy. And the Goad Lawson family ties, 1895. So that's when it started, 1895, in a colony of Virginia. And Anna Elizabeth Goad married Robert Lawson. Now, every time I look into the genealogy or anything about this particular part of Tennessee, Utah always comes up. And we all know what comprises Utah, mostly Mormons. And I'm not saying anything bad about Mormons. Some of the nicest, most decent people I have ever known have been Mormons. But let's keep in mind that a certain segment or, branch of Mormons, their leader is in jail for doing bad things to children. And I believe this is how I think. And people don't think like me. I know that, but my parents were married almost 50 years. They didn't cheat on each other. They didn't lie. And when I got older, I just thought the whole world was like that. That people were good and they didn't lie to you and people didn't cheat. And unfortunately, I ended up marrying a serial cheater, and it took me a long time to figure that out. But when you're brought up with certain things, you think that's normal. So when, there's child abuse, I'll say, going on, it becomes normal. Just like people cussing has become normal. And it gets passed down. And I really do worry that we have a whole segment that think it's okay to hurt children. And it's not okay to hurt children. I don't know. You think that'd be obvious, but when you've been raised a certain way, maybe it's not. But the name Goad, the name Lawson, the name Trent are all tied together starting back in the 1700s. And we know that Dawn's mother married a Goad, that someone with the last name Trent held the title to the property, and we know that there's been an investigation done by the Lawsons. And it doesn't seem like a very thorough one to me, because how this Sherfy Jr. slipped under the radar, I don't know. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out why that man went down there and put his son in the investigation. That just seems odd. But, everything is not for me to know. And maybe someone else knows. I want us to all look at this, because the more eyes, the more chance we're going to find summer. I don't care who uses what off of what I put out there. I'm not going to strike anybody. My channel's so small that I don't feel like, it's getting to enough people, so I welcome it. But I'm looking into this more. This week, I have my grandsons. Their mother passed away. It's been about a year and a half ago after gallbladder surgery, so whenever they're on school vacations, I take them so my son can continue to work. But I can't think with a bunch of children screaming. And they don't scream, but you know what I mean, playing. I have to have a quiet place to be able to do the research. So you might not hear from me for a few days. All right. Y'all have a good day. Bye.